What's going on, beautiful people? I am the Grandmaster, and I also go by D-Ray, and I am your coach of the San Diego Snugglers. And this is a very important match for the AP Academy. This is the final week of the season. We have been put in the position where if we win, we get in, and if we don't win, we gotta make the differential real close. So it's all balls to the wall. We gotta get it done. If you guys are excited for this matchup, do me a massive favor and shadow claw that thumbs up button. And if you're new, por favor, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, hit the bell button so you guys get notified every single time I post a new video. And as you can see, the setup is a little bit different, and it's the daytime out, so no drink. It's like 11 o'clock. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's been a crazy past couple days. So if you see a little bit of chaos in the background, then I do apologize. But let's just get right on to the matchup. So we actually have to play this game on Showdown because our opponent is unable to play on Wi-Fi, and it is what it is. We're gonna make the best as we possibly can out of it. So let's just go ahead and show you guys the matchup. So we're gonna hop on over to. I'm actually gonna grab the game and the team that he has. Let's see. Let's go like this. All right, and I'm hoping that will show you guys the matchup. So let's go ahead and hop on over. So here is my opponent's team. Kind of put this over to the side for you guys, like that. Oh, that. All right, cool. There we go. All right, so our opponent is the Vancouver Titangs. He's got the team of Excadrill, Tyranitar, Celebi, Rotom-Wash, Aromatisse, Chandelure, Noivern, Golisopod, Greedent, and Machoke, as well as his G-Max Pokemon, which is G-Max Garbodor. So, looking at his team, the biggest threats, obviously he has his own Sand Core, which is his Excadrill and his Tyranitar. He's got Celebi, which could be a problem for us because it's a good switch into my Earthquakes. Rotom-Wash is essentially going to force us to bring Mold Breaker Excadrill, so we aren't really going to be able to take advantage of the sand as well as we want to, but the Rotom-Wash definitely has to come. Aromatisse is definitely a headache, although we can semi-deal with it with Excadrill. It doesn't get access to Mystical Fire, which is really good for us, so Moonblast Stab is not necessarily too much of a difference or too difficult for us to handle with our Excadrill. Chandelure is the biggest problem for our team. Chandelure can rip our team apart. Its dual stabs are just, it may be too much to handle, but we gotta just do the best we possibly can. Chandelure is a massive problem. We can almost guarantee these are gonna come with the Kasib Berry because we do have a Dragapult that does outspeed, and if he doesn't have the Kasib Berry, then he most likely is gonna be Choice Scarf. So this Pokemon is the #1 Pokemon we expect to come. He's got a Golisopod, which I do think will come because again it is a good ground check, and it's a good check to Excadrill because of Aqua Jet. So it's able to eat an Earthquake from Excadrill and then hit it back with Aqua Jet, and depending on the HP that we're at, it could OHKO. So Golisopod and Rotom-Wash are the two water type Pokemon that he may even bring both, but one of those two are definitely coming. I mostly expect Rotom-Wash, but it does make sense if he brings Golisopod as well. Greedent, I don't think it comes. I really don't. It's very fat and it could be really good for absorbing hits for him, and it's a good it's a normal type, so it checks me from spamming Shadow Ball or Phantom Force with our Dragapult, but I don't think Greedent comes. I really don't, and even though it does take a lot from our Dragon Stab. Machoke, I don't think it comes. It's a very good EV, a lot easier. Ironically, this is a pretty strong Pokemon. I actually didn't know too much about it. Typically, you see Girder more than you do Machoke, but Machoke did pretty good for him this season. As you can see, he's got 3 kills with it. Garbodor, no, he brought it to 3 games, and it's got 3 kills. 3 deaths? Yeah, he brought it 3. That doesn't make sense. He brought it 3 times, but 3 deaths? Well, that's not true. It means he killed 3 Pokemon and he died all 3 times. Cool. That makes sense. Garbodor. Garbodor is his G-Max Pokemon. Do I think it comes? Not really. I really don't. It could be good offensively, but I don't think he brings it. He's only brought it to 2 games this entire season, and he's at an 8-1 record. So he's a really good competitor. And I don't think that he prioritized too much about G-Max, just like how we didn't. We kind of forgot about our G-Max to increase the overall, aspect of our team. So Really, really good. I'm gonna show you guys this. As you can see, that the pressure is on, essentially. So there's our team, but before we get into the team, guys, I actually want to show you this, just to give you a little bit of an emphasis on how important that this game really truly is. Alrighty. So here are the standings. So as you can see, our opponent here is the Vancouver Titangs. The Vancouver Titangs are very much so in the driver's seat. It's going to depend on whether or not he really wants to turn on the gears this matchup. But this is our opponent that we're playing today. He's in the 6th seed, and if he's in the green, that means he's locked into a first round bye. And look at us, we're chilling right there at 10. So this is a must-win game for us. We've got a lot of people breathing down our neck. We have the Minnesota Lycanrocs, the Dallas Starmie, so shout out to FlameHorizon and to Shayquaza. But we're sitting pretty right here. We have to win this game. If we win, we're in. So it's a very, very simple task this week. So let's just get the job done. And then we just got to get it done. Our team is Virizion. Virizion, the first member of the team, is going to be a simple 4 attacks Virizion because it does do really good damage against his team. I was debating to put Life Orb on it, but Expert Bell's going to be better just for overall chip because Life Orb damage plus sand damage may be a little bit too much to handle for Virizion, which could be pretty annoying. Although the damage output isn't necessarily there to Oko stuff, it's there to dent stuff on his team. Virizion's going to be coming with the Expert Bell Justified ability, obviously. So 4 HP, 252 attack, 52 defense, 4 in SPDEF, 196 in speed. This outspeeds a max speed timid Celebi. That's the idea behind that. Close Combat is there for his Excadrill and his Tyranitar. Leaf Blade is there for the Rewt and Wash. Stone Edge is there to be able to catch the Chandelure that is not Choice Scarfed. So that could be really clutch for us, as well as the Golisopod. X Scissor is there for the Celebi, most likely, or primarily for the Celebi. Next mon that we have is Air Force Uno. Our Dragapult is coming with Life Orb, although, like I said, the chip may be a little bit bad. The damage output is what we need. We need Dragapult to hit as hard as humanly possible, so we are running Adamant this week. So the Adamant max attack, 252, 12 in SPDEF, 244 in speed, and then we're running Dragon Dance, Steel Wing, Phantom Force, and Dragon Darts. These 2 dual stabs are going to be absolutely phenomenal for us. If he brings the Degredent, we have Dragon Darts for that. Steel Wing is there for the Aromatisse. And then even though we do still hit it pretty hard with the Phantom Force, Steel Wing does hit it really hard there. Steel Wing is also there for the Tyranitar because it's harder for us to hit it with Phantom Force. So if he wants to switch into that, that could be kind of a nuisance. So we do have to make sure that the Tyranitar is checked before we really go into this. This is primarily for the late game, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this turns out good for us. El Guapo, we have Milotic coming with Scald, Ice Beam, Hypnosis, Recover. So Hypnosis is a little bit of a tech move. I know that it's not very accurate, and I'm making a big risk here, but if we can make one of his Pokemon fall asleep, then that would be absolutely clutch for us. Ice Beam is there to not be walled by Celebi, and to still be able to hit some of his Pokemon. Let me see, actually, let me pull this up real quick, so I'm actually not talking on my buns. So Ice Beam is there for the Noivern, and it's also there for the Celebi. So Scald is there for literally everything else, and Recover for longevity. So we're more of a physically bulky set, although we do still have a bunch of bulk in our SPDEF because it has a bunch of natural SPDEF, but we invested mostly in our defense. So we're gonna kind of use this as our sponge this game. So shout out to El Guapo. Next mon we have is Aria, aka the Togekiss, running the Choice Scarf ability. Sorry, the Choice Scarf item. And the Serene Grace ability. We have 100 in HP, 12 in defense, 252 in special attack, 140 in speed. Sorry, just checking something real quick. And the Timid Nature. So this is the idea to outspeed a Noivern by 1 point. That is not Choice Scarfed, obviously. And we do get outspeed by a max speed Choice Scarfed Chandelure, if that's what he wants to do, or if he speed creeps the Dragapult, but we'll hit that road when we get to it. Air Slash is there to be able to flinch stuff out. Dazzling Gleam is there primarily for the Noivern. Aura Sphere is there for Tyranitar and for Excadrill. Baton Pass is to be able to catch some momentum on maybe me getting in and him wanting to not get flinched down, so we can Baton Pass out and get into our bigger threats like our Excadrill or Tyranitar or Virizion. And then we have the Rock coming back. We have Gigalith coming with leftovers this week because we don't necessarily we're not reliant on the sand. I'm actually gonna change that to sand stream. We're not reliant on the sand, but the thing about this is that I do still need it for the Spadef boost. So leftovers is there for a little bit of a recovery back. Stone Edge is there to hit the Chandelure. This is gonna be our primary check to Chandelure. We are able to switch into a Choice Specs, a Timid Choice Specs, Chandelure Shadow Ball, plus Energy Ball. We can definitely switch into a Life Orb Flamethrower plus Energy Ball. So the combination of the two we can definitely live. And then Oko back with Stone Edge. Body Press is there for Tyranitar and for Excadrill. Stealth Rock is there for Hazards, and the Toxic is there to be able to wear down the Aromatisse and anything else that may need to be chipped down, like the Rotom Wash, like the Golisopod, like the Greedent. If the Greedent comes in, we'll be coming in with our Gigalith and Toxicing that. So that could be pretty clutch for us. I'm glad that we caught the Sandstream there. Next mod that we have is Makita. So Makita's coming with the Pasho Berries for us to be able to eat an Aqua Jet from the Golisopod or a Hydro Pump from the Rotom. Earthquake is there for stab, obviously hits the vast majority of his entire team, and because he has the Celebi, it's forcing us to run the dual stab. So we have Iron Head for not only Celebi but also for Aromatisse, and then Rock Slide is there because of Golisopod and for Noivern. Noivern does get hit by Iron Head, which is stab, but Rock Slide is there to be able to protect ourselves from the Golisopod. We're kind of over prepping for the Golisopod, but you know, it is what it is. Also, if he brings a air balloon Chandelure, we outspeed it and we have to hit it with the Rock Slide, and we have a chance to Oko depending on his spread, or just flinch him down. That could be something too. So yeah, this is going to be the team, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and let's just hop right onto the matchup. I'll see you guys over there. Alrighty guys, so we are in the battle. So looking at what he decided to bring, there's the Greedent. So he does bring the Greedent. So unfortunately we cannot spam Phantom Force, but once we get rid of either the Greedent or we get rid of the Aromatisse, we'll be able to spam both of our dual stabs. He does bring both the waters, so that makes me happy that I brought the Pasho Berry. So this is a very interesting matchup. He does bring his own sand, so we'll see how this goes. Excadrill is looking really, really good. If I can get rid of the Golisopod, the Excadrill is looking phenomenal. So Aria is going to be very important. In regards to leads, I think he may actually even want to lead with his Rotom Wash. So I'm actually going to lead with Excadrill. I think it's a pretty overall solid lead. If he leads with his Tyranitar, we can start to chip that down. But let's just go ahead and do that. If he leads with the Golisopod, we can get some big damage off on that. So let's just go ahead and lead with Makita. Looks like he shared the room, so we got some people coming in. All right, cool. So let's see. So in comes the drill. We can get some free damage off on anything. So I kind of want to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. Earthquake's going to be doing pretty good for us. We have the Mold Breaker, so we can kill this. So I kind of want to just go for the Earthquake. So he brings in that. That does 17%. So let's see. Excadrill against a Golisopod. He's a revenge killer, right? So level 50. So Earthquake should have done 18. Okay, that's about right. So that's a little bit of. So I didn't even. Oh, he's got a little bit of beef into him, just a little bit. So we can put him in. I don't want to pop my Pasho Berry just yet. I really don't want to pop. First impression is very free for him too. So I'm actually gonna bring in El Guapo. So it goes for a knockoff. Knocks off my leftovers. Okay, that's unfortunate. This Pokemon's really good. I'm gonna end up drafting this thing one day. Oh. Effect volume, bring the effect volume down a little bit. Alright, cool. So, what is my play here? I kinda wanna go for Hypnosis. So in comes this thing. So we get it, which is awesome. So we put this thing to sleep. And now we're gonna go ahead and bring in. What do we bring in here? Do we just set up now with Dragapult? What is the best play possible? We could bring in our Noble Steed. Noble Steed will take a lot from the. Let's see. So if we bring in Virizion, right? Against Golisopod, Leaf Blade does 25 to 30%. Stone Edge does that much. I kind of want to go ahead and bring in Noble Steed. So in comes this thing. So a first impression is going to do 59 to 70%. I need to get rid of this thing. I live a hit. I think he's probably heavy duty boots. Let's go for Stone Edge. Goes for first impression. We live. We hit it. Critical hit. That was a crit? He's got some beef. So we pop his emergency exit, but this thing is now in range of Excadrill's Earthquake, which is absolutely phenomenal. So now this thing comes in. Our play, I believe, is to go for the Rock. You can go for a Toxic. I think our play is to go in for the Rock. So we're gonna bring in. So we can't live another first impression from the. What's for an aromatherapy? Okay, so this thing has aromatherapy. All right. We are gonna go for Stealth Rocks. Okay. So now this thing comes in, right? So we have our rocks up. So he has aromatherapy. Rotom. Let's see here. Let's see. Rotom Wash. If you are a Choice Scarf set, let's just say you're a Choice Scarf set. That puts you with max special attack Timid. Hydro Pump does not kill us. In return, we do 44 to 52%. It would be nice to Toxic this thing, but he has proven that, you know, he may not even want to stay in here. But we do still need the Rock. So what is our play here? I think we're forced to stay in here and go for Stone Edge. Maybe he'll want to go for a Defog. He's not heavy duty boots. So let's go for Stone Edge. Let's for a Reflect. So he's Reflect Rotom. He's Reflect Rotom with aromatherapy. So that Stone Edge does 20% under Reflect. That's about right. Okay. So even though he has the aromatherapy, I'm very tempted here to go for a Toxic. We're gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna go for a Toxic. It's a free Toxic on anything. Unless he brings in the Drill. If he brings in the Excadrill, I wouldn't put it past him to go for an Iron Head, but he Volt Switches out and we take 16% from it, which is less than expected. So he doesn't have very much offensive presence. If you got a low roll, 16%. Oh, he doesn't have much special attack at all. He's a bulky boy. So I don't have a drink, which is quite unfortunate. We're just gonna get a Toxic off on something. If he goes for the Drill, that would suck. It would really, really suck. If the Golisopod is not boots, then he will die upon entry. He goes for that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so how much do this Drill is probably gonna be? Okay, now we're in a little bit of a pickle. That was a misplay on my part. What is our play here? What is our play here? How much do we take from with El Guapo? Drill. Excadrill. Probably Sand Rush. Most likely Adamant. Let's see. 42 to 52%. Do we still need a Guapo? Yeah, we do for the reliableness. If he goes for an Iron Head on Arya, that would actually be a really bad play for me to make. So, kind of a little bit of a pickle here. Togekiss dies to Iron Head. I think we have to bring a Guapo in, which is the unfortunate thing. He's got a Reflect Up, so if I were to just straight up try to go for a Body Press, I do 37 to 44%, which could be something that I could do. I could eat an Earthquake from the range that I'm at. I'm gonna go for a Body Press. So he does go for the Earthquake. Alright. So here's the play here, right? I'm gonna bring in Arya. I think I have to make a play. Maybe from me staying in, he's gonna attempt to tell us. This could be a really bad play. We have a chance to live with Arya. Togekiss. It's not in our favor. Well, it kind of is in our favor. But if he goes for Earthquake, then we are in a phenomenal position. Phenomenal position. And then Arya can actually kill it now because it's in range. But we needed to get the chip. We needed to get the chip damage off on the Excadrill. So, don't regret that play. You still have the lefties, so let's see what he wants to do. It's a good game so far. From the amount of time he's taken, he's given it to me. It was either going to be if Gray wanted to gain positioning for the how are people joining that aren't even in the academy? It's gonna depend on. All right, so then comes this thing. So the question here lies. Let's see. We have Togekiss against a Rotom, and we have discovered that Rotom is mad beefy. Rotom is mad beefy. 38 to 46%. We take half from a Volt Switch. I kind of want to just Dazzling Gleam him. Yeah, I kind of want to just Dazzling Gleam him. I'm gonna go for Dazzling Gleam. I kind of expect him to be max HP. If he's not max HP, this is a chance to kill. If he's got, so Volt Switch is gonna do 42 to 52%. Maybe he'll want to go for a Defog. If he has Reflect Defog, that would be kind of nuts. No pun intended, fresh nuts. But we'll see. Locking ourselves into. Okay, so it doesn't kill. Pain Split. Okay. Wow, that was a good play by him. So now we go into Noble Steed. We have to. Oh, so he's got dual screens, Pain Split. Oh, this thing is gonna be so mad annoying. So mad annoying. What comes in here? I have to go for a Leaf Blade for damage. So this thing is gonna be mad annoying. Dual screens, dude. Dual screens with Light Clay and Paint Split. He's got 1 turn left to reflect. We have a chance to do a lot of damage. We're gonna bring in Makita. So he goes for a Wish. We have the freest Earthquake of our entire life here. So we're gonna go for an Earthquake. But how much damage does it do to Golisopod? Golisopod, does it tell us here? It doesn't tell us here. Does it? Is at 16%. Excadrill to Golisopod. Golis. Revenge Killer. Let's just say that you are that set, right? So, Iron Head does not... No, okay, we can't do that. We have to go for an Earthquake. Okay. That dies. So he's got a Wasted Wish. As long as the Robotis is around, we are able to continue bringing Excadrill in. So we draw first blood, which is great. I've got the nerves in, so I gotta hope that I'm still taking in these hits, these moves correctly. So Greedent does get Earthquake, and it does also get Belly Drum. So maybe that's why he has the dual screens. An Earthquake from Greedent that is pretty bulky. I can take one. I can take it. It's gonna do a big chunk, but I don't know if I want to risk this, honestly. I really don't know if I want to risk this, because if he goes for a Belly Drum, right, he's able to eat any one of my hits. I kind of want to go for an Iron Head and see what he wants to do. Let's bring in Arya. If he goes, we can find out, see if he has an Earthquake. If he doesn't, then we can attempt to flinch him down. But I think that Makita is just too important to be at full health right now. Once again, it's my IRL. I don't know what that means. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, I think if he has Belly Drum, he goes for it here. He has Earthquake. Okay, cool. So that was a good play by us to make. I think we lose nothing in just Air Slashing. Or we could Baton Pass. I kind of like that play. Let's Baton Pass. Oh, he stays in. Alright. I think now what we do is we go for... We need Noble Steed. We're gonna bring in the Rock. Let's for Body Slam. So he's got Body Slam and he's got Earthquake. Okay. So we go for a Toxic, I think. Toxic is the play. I know he has Aromatherapy. Or what I could do is I could just go for Body Press. Body Press is the better play, because if he brings in Excadrill, we're in a little bit of a pickle, because he could take advantage of our own sand. So Body Press is the overall play. If he wants to go for an Earthquake and knock us out, that is fine. Are we faster? Greedent? Yeah, we're faster. So this should be doing... Body Press does not do all that much. Wow. Kind of Reflect. Body Press does more than half when there's no Reflect. Does a quarter when it is there. But the damage is what we need. If he brings in Aromatisse, I'm going to Stone Edge it. He brings in this thing. Okay. That's fine. That does really good damage. That does a really good damage. I want to Stone Edge him. I really, really want to Stone Edge it. Rotom. Rotom Wash. I highly don't think he put any attack on this thing. It still kills, but I highly didn't. So behind, is the reflect still up? No, the reflect is not up. He's probably gonna want to put the reflect up here. Stone Edge does 21 to 26% with the reflect up. So I think our play is to go for Stone Edge. Goes for reflect. We do hit the Stone Edge. He does. We don't. Oh, the sand kicks him out. Let's get it, baby. He does have a reflect up, but the screens are done. The screens are done. He only has a reflect. He does not have a light screen. So that is awesome for us. It is looking really good. Again, guys, I apologize if this is on Showdown, but you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping that I was able to make things look pretty for you, nonetheless. But we're trying to get this dub, man. We're trying to get this dub. We need to. We win and we get in. It's really, really simple. So we gotta play smart from here on out. He does still have access to the sand. We do not know if the Excadrill is Mold Breaker. Oh wait, we know it's not Mold Breaker because it would have declared that, right? So, oh, it is. It's Mold Breaker. So his Excadrill is Mold Breaker. I wasn't paying attention to that part. So the sand doesn't necessarily make any difference for him, but we don't know if he's Choice Scarfed. I think. Maybe we can go back and see. His name was what? So both the water types are gone. So we don't have to worry about the Passion Berry on Excadrill is kind of null and void. So that's really, really good for us. So he went for Earthquake and then he switched out. So he didn't switch and move on us. So we don't know. The door just opened. Alright, so here's this thing. I want damage. Am I faster? I did not invest in attack in speed. Let's find out if you invested in speed. Or if you're negative speed nature. How much do I need the rock? It's a pretty good switch into body presses. I think our play is to bring in El Guapo. Yes, our play is to bring in El Guapo. He goes for a Dragon Dance. Okay. That's scary. We're gonna Scald him. Is he faster now than Dragapult? If he's Jolly, and if he's a level 50, and he's +1, does he outspeed Dragapult? No, he does not. Okay. He has to go to +2 to outspeed Dragapult. He is going for game. He is going for game. So there's a couple different opportunities we can get here, right? So if we burn him, so he's at +1. Probably max Jolly. He goes, now he outspeeds. We need a burn. We don't get the burn. And he's weakness policy. Oh, that's really, really bad. We don't have another play to make. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. We needed that burn there. Now he's plus. Oh my god. Now he's +4. Does he win here? Not like this. Not like this. This is a good set, but not like this, dude. Not like this. Is this it? Is this it? This is unfortunate, guys. This is... Oh no! Is this how it ends? Is this how it ends? Comes down to this. He has to miss a Stone Edge. Oh, he's got Ice Punch. That's GG's. Well, it's all gonna depend on how it goes for the rest of the season. I can't. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. Great game to Gray. This is a phenomenal set by him. I needed to get the burn there. He was burned. This is really unfortunate. If it ends like this, I'm gonna be so upset. Ice Punch. I mean, it is what it is. Really? No, it's still killed. Alright, well, GG's to my opponent. I have to go for a Steel Wing, just Ice Punches. Wow. Well, this is a really great season. If this is how it ends, then it is what it is. We did everything that we could. Gave it everything that we had. At the end of the day, this set just won it for him. And yeah. Alright guys, so we're just gonna have to see how it goes at the standings. I did just lose 4-0, which is horrific for our chances. Absolutely horrific. Man. It was a great. If it ends here, it was a great season. Thank you so much to Gray for a good game, and see how it goes. We may or may not see you guys next week for another game, and that's all I got. Have a great rest of your day, and above all else, be nice. Peace.